Chapter 17. It had been raining for days. To Spandrell, it seemed as though the fungi and the mildew were sprouting even in his soul. He lay in bed, or sat in his dismal room, or leaned against the counter in a public house, feeling the slimy growth within him, watching it with his inward eyes. But if only you'd do something, his mother had so often implored. Anything. And all his friends had said the same thing, had gone on saying it for years. But he was damned if he'd do anything. Work. The gospel of work. The sanctity of work. Labor est orare. All that tripe and nonsense. Work. He once broke out contemptuously against the reasonable expostulations of Philip Quarles. Work's no more respectable than alcohol, and it serves exactly the same purpose. It just distracts the mind, makes a man forget himself. And it serves exactly the same purpose. It just distracts the mind, makes a man forget himself. Work's simply a drug, that's all. It's humiliating that men shouldn't be able to live without drugs, soberly. It's humiliating that they shouldn't have the courage to see the world and themselves as they really are. They must intoxicate themselves with work. It's stupid, the gospel of work, just a gospel of stupidity and funk. Work may be prayer, but it's also hiding one's head in the sand. It's also making such a din and dust that a man can't hear himself speak or see his own hand before his face. It's hiding yourself from yourself. No wonder the Samuel Smileses and the big businessmen are such enthusiasts for work. Work gives them the comforting illusion of existing, even of being important. If they stopped working, they'd realize that they simply weren't there at all. Most of them, just holes in the air. That's all. Holes, with perhaps a rather nasty smell in them. Most Smilesian souls must smell rather nasty, he would think. No wonder they daren't stop working. They might find out what they really are, or rather aren't. It's a risk they haven't the courage to take.